Now I'm making this bottom section here. I've put some marks on it, pencil mark, very light. Hope you can see those pencil mark there. That is the start of the curve going around to here. That's the end of the curve, and then that's a miss mark there, just one on the end to give me about to this point here. I'll grind this out, and I'll take out with a grinder all of these little sections here, take them out to get them out of the way. Then what I've done, I've got a piece of you can use a straight edge and measure it, but I've just put onto a whole piece of material here. You can see I've got it onto there, roll it round and got that point, roll it round and got to that point, and I've got for this section it's a total of 178 millimeters that I'm going to make. I've had a trial bend, just to start off, but what I'm going to do is I'll cut the full length, but this section here I'll cut out. I won't bend it with that section in and try and form it. I'll see how it forms, have a couple of experiments, see how it goes. The material that these are made for obviously it's all make things form easily, but it's extremely thin. I think it looks to me about, I've measured it with calipers and it's about 0.85, maximum of 0.9 of a millimeter, so very, very thin. The material I'm going to use is thicker, but see how we get on. Okay, I'll just have to bear with me. This is a bit of an experiment. If it works, then I'll publish it. If not, what I've done, I've taken out by snipping one halfway and then that way, taking out that section which will have to be welded back later on. And I've snipped 10, 12 mil sections up to that line, which is this is the front edge, which will be this edge here. This part will be the curve round here, and this part will be the is the upstand on the back, which is this part here. So I'll put it in the folder now and fold it. I have, because of cutting it in there with a pair of snips, it did cause this to bend, but flat surface, turn it on its edge, give it a bash, and it's straightened out. But I'll do the next. Well, that's it in the folder now. Just bring it up to 90 degrees. This is the next stage there, folding. You can see the notches in there. This might look a little bit narrow. It is slightly narrower because I'm using thicker material. It's going to narrow the gap very slightly. From the 10 mil it should be perhaps down to about 9. But bring it up again with the folder. That's about it. After a bit of experimenting, I've discovered that it's better to notch this out, fold it up before you do the cuts in there, because as you'll see, I'll put the cuts in. I've marked it out of every 5 or 6 mil. I'll cut them and then you'll see how easy. You see just the act of cutting it there has started to form it round. So I'll now bring it round to the right angle, and then it's just a question of cutting a piece when you've got the right angle, cutting a piece and forming it round, and then just welding it into there to get the. So once you've got it formed in, then just cut the piece, form it round, and weld it in. Then you've got your whole. What I did, I got this and I forced it into the channel, into the groove, to get the right contour, and then I tacked in this just on the two ends, and that retained the curve, and then welded it up. That's the part welded together. I've cut back the worst of the rust there. This is fixed permanently, it'll all be done with the weld through zinc, Let's have a look what it fits like. Press that in. Yeah, that's going to fit all right. Then it's obviously been welded down here and then tacked to the edge. It hasn't. This has got a very slight bend in it, because you can see the outside of the has got a slight curve. But then this isn't actually fixed to the back. It's only fixed to this by this top edge here. Just spot welded in. I'll just get that now. Get the zinc rich paint on it, and there it is with the first filling, all the parts there, and what I didn't show you is the fact that I put a new bottom edge in there. All of that I did a Triumph. This is the first fill, a TR4 door, using the same technique. That you can, if you want to see how I did that, then you'll have to look at that video. But this is the first stages of the. There's the final stages there. A bit more filling to do. It's a bit of smoothing out here and there, but this is all back in solid metal, and much more. I much prefer it like this, no fiberglassing, and the door itself, as I've done the other. That's the edge that I put in this section here, and started to take paint, several layers of paint, but that'll all have to come off, and then put a guide coat on. Got a little bit more filling on here to do, just to smooth it out, and then we'll see what the finished door looks like.